Hidden inside the oldest mystical tradition in the Western world is a map. Not a map of land or oceans, but a map of reality itself. A diagram that claims to show you the structure of God, the architecture of the universe, and the hidden anatomy of your own soul, all at once. It has been studied in secret for over 1,000 years. Mystics have been imprisoned for it. Scholars have devoted entire lives to decoding it. It influenced Freud, Jung, Newton, and the creators of the internet, and most people have never heard its real name. This is Kabbalah, and it is the most ambitious intellectual project in human history. The word Kabbalah comes from the Hebrew root meaning to receive, specifically to receive hidden knowledge passed from teacher to student across generations. It is not a religion, it is not a cult. It is a system, an attempt to answer the most radical questions a mind can ask. Why does anything exist at all? What is God, really? Not as a story, but as a structure. How does the infinite become finite? And what are human beings in relation to both? Kabbalah claims that the Torah, the Jewish holy text, contains two layers, one visible, one hidden. And the hidden layer is not metaphor. It is the operating system of reality itself. Kabbalah's roots stretch back to the earliest centuries of the Common Era. Though its practitioners claim it is as old as creation itself. The earliest text, the Sefer Yetzirah, the Book of Formation, dates to somewhere between the 3rd and 6th century. It describes how God created the universe using 32 mystical pathways, 10 primordial numbers, and 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Then, in the 13th century Spain, a text appeared that would become Kabbalah's Bible, the Zohar, the Book of Radiance, written or channeled, depending on who you ask, by Moses de Leon. The Zohar claims to reveal the inner life of God, the cosmic drama playing out behind physical reality, and the true purpose of every human soul. At the heart of Kabbalah is a diagram known as the Etz Chaim, the tree of life. It consists of 10 spheres called Sefirot, connected by 22 pathways. Each Sephirah represents a different divine attribute, a different quality through which the infinite God expresses itself in the finite world. At the top is Keter, the crown, pure divine will, the first moment of intention before anything exists. Below it, Chokmah, wisdom, the first flash of pure, undifferentiated insight. Then Binah, understanding, the womb that shapes raw wisdom into form. Moving down, Chesed, loving kindness, Gevurah, strength and judgment, Tiferet, beauty and harmony, the center of the entire tree, where all qualities balance. Then Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and finally Malkut, the kingdom, physical reality itself, the divine compressed into matter, the infinite condensed into the world you touch. But before the tree of life, before the 10 Sefirot, Kabbalah posits something that has no name, something that cannot be named. Ein Sof, literally, without end. The infinite ground of being from which even God, as a describable entity, emerges. This is perhaps Kabbalah's most radical philosophical move. God as we understand God, a being with will, intention, qualities, a relationship with humans, is not the ultimate reality. The ultimate reality is prior to all description, prior to existence itself. Ein Sof is not a being. It is the condition that makes being possible. And Kabbalah's central question becomes, how did the infinite, which by definition cannot be limited, create a finite world? The answer, the concept of Tzimtzum, the divine contraction. God withdrawing into itself to make space for creation is one of the most extraordinary ideas in all of religious history. Kabbalah treats the Hebrew alphabet not as a communication tool, but as the literal building material of the universe. Each of the 22 letters is a force, a frequency, a divine energy that participated in creation. The mystical practice of gematria assigns numerical values to letters and discovers hidden connections between words with the same numerical sum. Chai, meaning life, equals 18 in gematria, which is why 18 is a sacred number in Jewish tradition. The word for love, ahava, equals 13, and so does echad. 1. Love and oneness are mathematically identical. Kabbalah reads reality the way a physicist reads equations. The surface text is just the beginning. Underneath is a universe of numerical and linguistic resonances that reveal the hidden structure of everything. The Zohar, the Book of Radiance, is to Kabbalah what the Talmud is to mainstream Judaism. Written in an archaic Aramaic that even native speakers find difficult, it is structured as a mystical commentary on the Torah, presented as dialogues between Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his disciples as they wander through ancient Israel. But the Zohar is not describing the physical world. It is describing the inner life of God, the cosmic dramas, the divine unions and separations, the great exile of the Shekinah, the feminine divine presence, from God's fullness. For Kabbalah, the purpose of every human action, every prayer, every moral choice is to help heal this cosmic separation. Every good act performed on earth has a corresponding resonance in the divine realm. You are not just a person living a life. You are a participant in the repair of the universe, a concept Kabbalah calls Tikkun Olam. Kabbalah spent most of its history as an exclusively Jewish mystical discipline, restricted to married men over 40 with deep Torah knowledge. But in the 20th century, something unexpected happened. Carl Jung studied the Sefirot and found in them a map of the human psyche that preceded his own. Newton's unpublished papers reveal a lifelong obsession with Kabbalistic numerology. He spent more time on it than on physics. The early internet pioneers were influenced by the concept of a hidden interconnected network of nodes, which the Tree of Life had described for 1,000 years. And then came the Kabbalah Center, bringing a simplified version of these teachings to Hollywood, drawing figures from Madonna to Ashton Kutcher. The academic world cringed, the mystical world protested, but underneath the pop culture packaging was a genuine philosophical question that Kabbalah has always asked. What if the universe is not made of matter, but of meaning? Here is what makes Kabbalah philosophically extraordinary, regardless of whether you believe a word of its theology. It insists that reality has depth, that the visible world is not all there is, that behind every event, every relationship, every moment of beauty or suffering, there is a structure, a hidden order that gives it meaning. In an age of materialism that increasingly struggles to explain consciousness, love, beauty, and purpose, using only physics and chemistry, Kabbalah offers a counter-proposal. What if the deepest things about reality cannot be measured, only mapped? What if the universe is not a collection of objects, but a living system of relationships? And you are not a spectator, but a node. What if every choice you make genuinely reverberates beyond you? Not as metaphor, but as cosmological fact. You don't have to believe in Kabbalah to feel the weight of that question. You only have to be honest about how incomplete the purely material answer feels. 1,000 years of hidden wisdom, 10 divine qualities, 22 living letters, one map. Kabbalah doesn't ask you to believe it. It asks you to look more carefully. If this hidden map of reality made you see something differently, subscribe for more explorations into the ideas that shaped everything we know. And tell me in the comments, which Sefirot, which divine quality do you think you most need to develop right now, and why?